Hey everybody, this is Lynn from A Bit of Birdsong. It is Monday, my lunch break. I've had a really busy work day already this morning, so it's nice to take a break and do something with my journals and with paper. I wanted to show you a set of papers that I worked on over the weekend, and I think they turned out really pretty. They are journal pages that are currently in my Etsy shop, and they are especially for boho or gypsy journals. I've printed some out so that you can see how they print. There are 5 pages in the shop as a set. Let me just pull all of these out so that you can see them. So these print perfectly on 8.5 by 11 inch paper. And then, of course, they fold in half to make a journal page. I'm not sure that I folded that perfectly because I'm kind of doing it mid-air. But I like to leave mine with the border. You don't have to do that. You can trim them down if you don't care for that. You can see they're just really pretty. There are some images from very old paintings, all of different quote-unquote gypsy ladies. And I've put some quotations, some gypsy sayings. She had the heart of a gypsy, gypsy soul, and these were created with also vintage images from very old material that of course the background was taken away from, and it just leaves a really pretty little image. On the backs you can use, I printed these both sides. 3 of the pages have these really pretty images, and then the 4th page is just the decorated corners, this beautiful rose, and then it has a little tag where I've just put the word Bohemian across that. And they make beautiful writing pages. Like I said, you can print on either side if you want a book that's just filled with this, or you could print on the blank side of scrapbook paper. It's a pretty little sparrow. There, of course, is a raven or a crow. And then the 5th page in this is a set of journal cards. And they're just, again, very old images of gypsy paintings. And what I'm going to do, I've just created a group in Facebook for A Bit of Birdsong. I love to work with digital pages and images, and I have a lot of vintage things in my own personal collection, and I like to scan those and then work with turning them into something else. So I'm going to be sharing free downloads as well on a weekly basis to go with what is in my Etsy shop. So these are currently in the shop. This set is $3.95, and it has 8.5 by 11 pages that you could use over and over again. One of the downloads that I'm going to put into my Facebook group is a copy of this, but it doesn't have Bohemian on it. And it's really cool because it leaves the tag for you to be able to write any kind of word you want to. You could have, a theme every day that you're going to write about, a prompt, so to speak, and you could fill that in yourself. So you can expect that today. My work is so busy, crazy today. I'm just on my lunch break, so it will be later today when I'll get another break this afternoon, and I'll try to get these images into the Facebook group. And I will leave links below on everything. But this is a journal that I created over the weekend using these pages and using also some really pretty fabric from an Indian garment and some trim. Now, I want to say up front, this trim has a little bit of bulk to it. There are a lot of pages in this journal for writing. This is a beautiful journal, I think. I love the way it turned out. But do be aware that it has some embellishment on the outside. So if you want something that's going to lay perfectly flat and not give you one bit of, you know, static or interference, this is not what you want. It doesn't bother me. It feels so good to hold, and I've also put a dashboard in it for writing. So you can see the pages that I designed, and there's one of the journal cards. There's just a pretty stamped piece of muslin inside and a very large pocket to keep things in. This is some trim off of that Indian garment, and I thought that was really pretty in the front. And you can see what I'm talking about with the trim on the outside. I want to be really, really clear about that. Again, it does not bother me. I mean, I feel like, where is the dashboard? It's somewhere in here. I would work around this, but that's just me. So, vintage playing card. And just lots of really pretty trim. There's an old book page with playing cards on it. There is a page from a vintage book about roses that says Wild Rose. There's the little page that says she had the heart of a gypsy. And there's a page tab here with a couple of the vintage velvet leaves that I love to use. More fabric trim. And this is one of the pages that is going to be on my Facebook group page. It says, "Stay where there are songs." And this is that's a gypsy saying. This is a pretty page to print as a journal page or on the back of one of the pages that I've got listed in my shop. So you can just see a lot of pretty pages, vintage pages. This came from a book that has beautiful herbal illustrations in it. So there are quite a few of those throughout this journal. This is another page that I will put in for download as a free download to go with this set. And that is another one. Just a lot of really pretty pages that you can use. And I did a lot of work on that over the weekend and really enjoyed it. I love this page. She was born to be free. There's another page from the herbal book. And there is one of the pages where the tag on the rose is just empty. So you could write in whatever you wanted to. You could put your date in there. That would be really, really cool. Piece of wallpaper. There's one of the little journal cards that I put a stamp on and then stamped it with the postmark. There's one of Nick's beautiful pages, Nick the Booksmith. I love these. I've really enjoyed using these and glad I purchased those from her. She's very talented. And there's another page that will be available, just a little plain sort of decoration in the corner. And I printed it on some ledger paper, the rose design. Thought that was pretty. So we will just flip right through here. Don't want to take up too much time. There's a little bohemian embellishment there and some bohemian trim. Love that image. Gypsy lady with a Basque tambourine. There is just a beautiful image of a mother and child. A vintage playing card with the strawberries. There's another page from the book about roses and a wallpaper pocket. Love this pocket. That came from some fabric that I have a small piece of. I would love to have yards of that. Those flowers were just incredibly beautiful to me. I think they're pretty. There's a library card that says Architecture, India, and another vintage playing card. Speak Your Truth. And this journal has 3 of the charms that I recently acquired from that beautiful necklace I would also like to have a barrel of these charms. They're just so pretty, and they seem to be really well made. I put each one on a jump ring so that it hangs really pretty on the paper clip. And then there's, that is a page I was kind of working on. I ended up taking the background away from the mushrooms because I liked the way it looked a little bit better. But this is really neat also. So be sure and join my Facebook group for free downloads and little pieces of clip art, things that you can use in your digital creations, or just print onto paper and make tags and things like that. Let's see, that's one of the journal cards that I just put in with washi tape. I just love the way this journal turned out. It's one of my favorites. And here is another large pocket with a pretty little card for writing on. I think that's really pretty. Look at that. I love flowers and insects. I know we all do. And there is the little dashboard. That's from a piece of wallpaper on this side. And then I put some file folder on this side to make it more sturdy, or maybe that's cardstock I put. So, you know, you could put that behind the pages to write on. I think it would be fine. Back over here to the back. And so I know that these pages are very trimmed out. Everybody doesn't love that. Some people do, some people don't. I really wanted to do that with this journal because I just went crazy with the boho trim, for one thing. The other thing is that I wanted to show you there is room to embellish these pages in between what I used as the design. And of course I also included some that are just plain to show you how pretty they are without anything at all, if you wanted to just make a writing journal. Let's see, is there anything else that I was going to say? I just pull this little piece of trim down around that button, and I think that is a that really looks like mother of pearl to me, and it sounds like it too. Mother of pearl makes a very distinctive sort of clink when you compare it to plastic. And here is a little bead that I believe came from Ava. Ava, I have just so much enjoyed everything you sent me. And then this is a little bead charm that I made with some beads that I have. And here is a bead that came from a shop on Etsy called The Magnolia Seed, and I will put her link below. She had just the most gorgeous packaging. This is a bead that my friend Betty purchased for me as a gift, and I'm so glad that she did that. I appreciate it so much, Betty, and I'm especially glad because it showed me this shop and how beautiful these beads are. So I just wanted to give a shout out to that shop, and I need to do an unboxing of the gift that was sent to me. I really appreciate it. That is in the queue. There's a lot in the queue, and I just need to get to everything. Anyway, I'm going to stop for now, and thank you so much for watching. This journal is going to be in the shop this afternoon. I'm going to say 3 o'clock p.m. I'll set it up to go live at that point. And the journal is $45 plus $3 for shipping. So that's that. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.